Sometimes a man just needs to be in the woods and be still and hear the voice of his creator. That's what I'm doing. It is perfect kill you weather right now. It's about, it's the middle of the day, about 35 degrees, wet. It's been raining for the last 36 hours, more in the forecast. And north of me is experiencing its worst ice storm since 2007. That's that way. Headed this way. I guess I better make camp. My home for the night. And the foreseeable future. It's about yay tall. 5.5 foot tall. It's on an angle. And it's secured to this log back here to hold the base down. Time to build a fire. Firewood warms you twice. Once when you cut it, once when you burn it. And if you sell it, a third time when you deliver it. Got a little fire going down here. Got some wood getting stacked up over here. I know some of you hardcore bushcrafters don't like the fact that I use the fuel tab. It's 35 degrees and wet and the temperature's going down. I'm gonna use a fuel tab, bro. I'm also gonna try to not sweat, because sweat is bad news in this kind of weather. I'm drinking my coffee, get my bedroll set up. 1/2-inch neoprene pad, wool blanket, Marpat Whoopee for a pillow, and some Remington brand sleeping bag. It is significantly warmer underneath here. This is just a cheap tarp from Walmart. It's brown on the one side and this reflective on the other. And there is a lot of heat coming off of our little fire right here and kicked back into the backside of this shelter, which is exactly what I want. See this sweat coming off of me? Have I mentioned it's 35-ish, 34, 35 degrees out here? Yes, I have. So it's warm under there, which is what we're going for. Mechanics gloves, this is what I run. No, they're not the most durable, but there's a lot of dexterity to them. Camp is made. I got coffee to drink. And it's only 1:30 in the afternoon, so I ain't hungry yet because I carbo loaded on Domino's pizza before I got here. Because this is work. Remember, when the world ends, I'm just gonna, I can see 2 standing dead trees here as well that will become firewood at some point. Now to be still and listen to the voice of my creator. I'm gonna go grab my Bible, cop a squat, and be still. Maybe even hit the button. Luckily, this finger can hit it. You know, coming out of her, my people, is so much more than a physical relocation. It starts there. Because when you're in Babylon, it's very hard to disengage from Babylon. And so sanctification, being set apart, starts with physically being set apart. Relocating. But it certainly doesn't end there. That's just the beginning. You have to leave those ways of Babylon in Babylon. You have to learn to be obedient to the Father. You have to learn to be obedient. And it's a walk. It's a game of degrees. It's not the same for everybody. But it's not just relocating from the city or the suburbs out into the rural areas or the wilderness and bringing all your suburban bullshit with you. And I don't mean stuff. I mean attitude and lifestyle and preconceived notions. There's far more than that. You have to get rid of all that. You gotta let the Father crush you so that He can put you back together again to do His ways, not your ways. You've got to let Him break you of your bad habits first before He can form new ones in you. So, coming out of her, my people, is not just physically relocating. That's the tip of the iceberg. It's physically relocating so you can get away from all that mess that is causing you to worship Baal in the first place, so that you can be set apart mentally, emotionally, spiritually unto the Most High. So I had a quick little nap and cut some more firewood right down there, and we'll do the burn in half method for those, so that's half the amount of cuts that I have to make. So I just lay them over the fire, let them burn in half like this big log right here. See that? It'll burn in half right there, and then I'll throw the burnt piece over the top of the fire again, and yay, more firewood. Having me a 1 Royal Crown Cola. Thank you, Tony John, my brother. You can feel the sugar, or at least I can feel the sugar. I don't drink a lot of soda, so I can feel the sugar, man. I can hear the color 9. Starting to sweat again, so took my Carhartt off, and yeah. I know y'all are gonna ask. So this is the Holtzbrook 20-inch camp axe, made in Sweden. It's a good axe. Can you see that little hand axe? Made in Sweden, yeah? Yeah, do you see that? Bear, clean that up. I'm still in the woods, y'all. I'll clean it up later, okay? When we get done here, I'll clean it up. This came sharp enough to shave with out of the box. It is no longer so, but the good news is it's an axe, which means it's quite easy to make it that way again, at least for me. As you can see, highly polished edge right here. That's great. Reduces the friction. Grain in the handle is good. See that? And it's about that big. It's not that big. I think this is like $100 on Amazon, something like that, which for a Swedish axe is not bad at all. And so I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot, because typically I carry the Ontario Knife Company RTAC 2, which I love. But out here where there's real trees, it's a little, it's lacking for real trees. It is unparalleled when it comes to batoning for firewood though. Like, I don't know of a better knife when it comes to batoning. It's phenomenal. And then I've got my Fleming's Fabrication, or Fleming Fabrications Bear bushcraft knife with me, and it's the bomb. So yeah, just making some firewood. Got some more coffee down there. Got my gloves and my hat hanging up here over the fire so they can stay dried out, because it's gonna be cold and wet tonight. Looking forward to it. It's 4:10 right now, which means I got about an hour and a half of daylight left, which is why I'm cutting firewood right now, so that I don't have to do it in the dark, so that I got a big old pile laid up next to me, so that as I get cool, I can roll out of bed, grab a couple logs, chuck them on the fire, call it good to go. So I don't know, I'll probably check in with y'all one more time before I go to sleep. Read the Torah portion and out of my Bible. Just out here listening for the voice of the Most High and talking to y'all occasionally. Old school metal.